Hello, folks. I'm Bob Kitchen, one of the owners here at Maple Hill Golf, and you're listening to the official podcast of Maple Hill, the Hill Unscripted. Every 2 weeks, I'll bring you the real talk from inside the golf world, insights, stories, and conversations that matter to you as a golfer and a valued part of the Maple Hill family. All right, here we go. All right, I'm your host, Bob Kitchen, or BK, back at it with the Hill Unscripted, and I've got my longtime friend, childhood friend, grew up with Mike and his entire family, Mr. Mike Dykema, who's our Callaway sales rep currently.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, glad to have you here, Mikey. So, just so everybody understands a little bit of the history of the Dykema family and the Kitchen family, his father, who's passed, but one of the finest human beings the good Lord ever made, Bob Dykema, and my dad, Rich Kitchen, who's fighting the good fight still. He is out in California. I was out there yesterday with him. I'll get into that a little bit.
Good.
We'll talk about this a little bit.
Yep.
But Bob Dykema, your dad, and Rich Kitchen, my dad, were very good friends for 50 years, basically, right? My dad's been at this for 50 years. I bet he met him when he was still working at the Pines.
Absolutely.
Before my dad even started working here. And what year were you born?
81.
Okay, so you're a few years. Was Matt born in 78?
He was 77.
Okay, Matt's a year older than me, but I think we were in the same
grade.
grade.
Louis was 74. Sean was 69.
Yeah. So Bob had 4 boys.
Yep, 4 of us.
And you're the baby.
I'm the baby, and I'm here.
It. So I grew up playing junior golf against his brother, Matt, who could pound it.
Yep.
Smash the golf ball.
Still does.
Still does, yeah. And Bob, his dad, two-time
Remax long drive champion.
Oh, yeah?
Pretty impressive.
But he won the
City championship
City
twice.
champion twice.
Yep.
Yeah. Your dad's smiling down on this.
Yes,
on this
he is.
podcast
He loves
right
it.
Now. He always loved this two-tag.
Yep.
He'd always do that. So anyhow, the Dykema, and back then your dad repping Powerbuilt at the time? Or
Correct.
No?
Yep.
So the Dykema family was repping Powerbuilt. You guys that have been around Maple Hill for a long time probably know that name. He was actually warehousing it.
Correct.
He had a warehouse over on Roger B.
Roger B. Chaffee.
And over in the Kentwood, like in the industrial district there. And we used to go there and buy anything and everything. And we did a huge business back then with Powerbuilt.
Correct.
And I think we were number one Powerbuilt. Your dad was number one distributor.
He was the number one.
And we sold a ton of it.
Yep.
And then that over time kind of dissolved. And then your dad got the Adams job, right?
Correct. Right after that, he worked Powerbuilt for 33 years. And then once Powerbuilt kind of was making the switch, he held on for a little bit and then went on to Adams Golf for a good 7 years.
Did you work in the warehouse when your dad was doing Powerbuilt?
Yes, because we actually shipped for the whole country there when Powerbuilt was struggling at the time, and we were trying to help save. We were trying to help save the company, and we did that for about 5 years.
Right, and then did you help him when he was doing the Adams gig too?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. That's when I was I started working there at his warehouse in the year 2001 because I was in my first year of college, and my dad came to me and said, "Hey, brother Matt's going to be a postal worker, and do you want to come work for me?" And I'm
Did
like,
either of your other brothers work?
They all worked in the warehouse for maybe a time. They tried it, but didn't like it.
And of course, Senior.
My grandpa.
We'd be not doing the service that we should be doing to not mention Bob Dykema Senior.
Absolutely, and
You're like what, 6'5"?
Yeah, 6'5".
And your dad was about the same.
Same, 6'4".
And then Bob Senior was
about 5'10". Yeah, 5'10". Yeah, right around there. Yeah,
it's a little fella compared to his son and his grandsons. But Bob Senior, one of the finest human beings the good Lord ever made. Just like my grandpa. Did you ever know my grandpa?
I've met him a couple times. Yeah,
before he passed. So anyhow, we've got a lot of history, and we could honestly talk about that forever. And we used to go to dinner one time a year. We'd go with Bob and then his wife Cindy, and then my folks and Mikey and myself and my brother, and we'd get the whole families together and go to dinner at Christmas time, and that was always very special to us. And we got some good pictures of your dad and my dad at dinner.
And I got them hanging up.
You could listen to these two forever, telling stories, and
they go on and on and on. And I had the luxury of driving and riding with my dad for 20 plus years and being his right hand man. It's like I learned from the best. Yeah, and that's why I'm
literally was a legend. And now he is a legend now that he's passed. But he loved what he did. Never really worked a day in his life. Just enjoyed it.
Correct.
And he loved stories, and he loved talking about certain things. And he really truly loved his customers.
Yes.
and he really truly loved the golf business.
100%. He'd give his shirt off his back to help a customer out. It didn't matter how small the account was or how large they were. He would take care of them the best he could, and that's what he taught me, and that's served you well as well. You know, between your dad and yourself, I think you guys are as good as it gets, and I've said that to numerous people. Whoever you're working for, so after Adams, what happened then? You had the Ogio gig for a little bit. Yep. So he worked for Adams, and then Lynn Buck, the rep from Callaway at the time, he retired, and so that Chip Brewer had already went on from Adams Golf to Callaway Golf, and Greg Brown, and so then they offered him the job. So he ended his career with Callaway for 6 years, right around there. So
and you started repping Ogio.
Correct.
Skechers.
And I was an independent rep for Ogio, Skechers, Wind Grips.
That's right, Wind Grips too.
We had our tee business, and then Divot Tools. My dad loved the tees. He always loved selling tees. Like, hey,
tees, yes, actual golf tees. Your dad, he's making all this money with all these companies, and you need any tees? And I'm like, tees? Why are you selling tees?
Well, they'll gain you 1.5 yards. You need this tee. He had so much passion for everything he did.
He just absolutely loved it. So then. The Callaway gig, obviously. Chip. So if you don't know who Chip Brewer is, he's the CEO of Callaway Golf, and Chip and your dad knew each other from Adams days.
Yep.
Adams got purchased by TaylorMade.
TaylorMade.
So that company kind of dissolved or was absorbed by TaylorMade. So then your dad's kind of going like, now what do I do? Buck had retired.
Yep.
And so Chip just basically slid your dad right in there.
And he was like the rep for TaylorMade Adams for it was a couple months before, because he didn't have anything going on. He didn't know Bucky was retiring, and then obviously he got a call real quick to.
Well, your dad had a brief stint with Nike Golf, though.
Correct, and that's when he was an independent rep, and this is a funny story here, not a funny story, but he had to make the decision when he was with Powerbuilt and Nike as a independent line. Mm-hmm. He had to make the decision when Nike came out with clubs, who are you going to go with?
Right.
And so I won't mention names, but they came to him and said, "You're coming with us, right?" And he said, "Nope, I'm sticking with Powerbuilt." Right. So he had to make that decision, and he thinks it was the best decision he ever made, because then he started warehousing, and then he got the road to Adams and then to Callaway.
Right. So his loyalty won out.
Yep.
Because Nike, when they came on the scene, to say they were hot is probably a stretch, but they made a lot of noise. They were a new company. Nike's making clubs. Like, oh my! But their first driver was tiny.
Yes.
And it was blade iron. It was so sports wedge. They were pretty. I mean, it was good product, but it was a very niche. It wasn't for a large.
No, it was very small.
It wasn't like Quantum that's for like everyone. You know, it's like.
Correct.
It was for really, really good players.
And he could say, like, he only worked for 3 major golf club companies. I mean, Powerbuilt, Adams, and then Callaway.
Right.
And not too many people can say that in their career.
Right.
And yeah.
And he kind of died on the cross for all those companies. Like he just loved them, and he treated those companies right. And he's always done us great. What was the first year? What was the first product that you remember when you guys were working for Callaway?
Maverick.
Sub rep on Maverick was
Maverick.
The first one?
Well, that was mine, and then when my dad started working for Callaway, it was X Too Hot.
Okay.
Was when we started there, because then they went to XR, and then the Epic came in there.
Epic just blew
the doors wide open, and
your dad was in a good spot at
yes, he was.
that particular point in time. Yeah, and we sold, I think it was 1,600 drivers that year. Normally we do 800 to 1,200, and we did 1,600. We did like almost double, but that club was incredible. So your first club that you remember though was Maverick. So that's been a pretty good ride since then. I mean, you guys have had pretty much hit after hit.
Hit after hit.
Grand slams, but they've all been steady.
At least
hits, yeah.
And that's where we went out to Boston. That's when Callaway hired me in August, and that's why I thank Callaway to the moon, because they took a chance with me to ride out and carry on their tradition with my dad. And so we went out to Boston, and we saw the Maverick line, and they, gave him just a great ending to his career and story. And I have plenty of pictures of that whole run of because my dad, that's what he wanted to do his last year, and it was pretty cool. And I got to make the album up, and that he took a picture with every pro he called on that fall run. So it was like over 130 pros.
Really?
And we got you guys in there, you, Strock, and AK in a good picture. So,
Awesome.
But yeah, good,
Awesome.
good stuff.
So you started, your first stick was Maverick and then Rogue and then all the fun things that have gone along since then.
Yep.
And your current role is, one of the questions on here that Caitlin wants me to ask you, your current role at Callaway, it's territory sales rep, right?
Yep. Outside territory rep is my.
And you have how many accounts that you service?
I've just hit the 200 mark. So I
200
cover
mark.
Western Michigan, Northern Indiana, and a little bit of the UP.
Right. A lot of driving.
71,000 miles this past year, so pretty good.
71,000?
Yep.
I haven't done
Not
that
too
in my
shabby.
life. Mm-hmm. And then one of the questions, what's the first club you ever remember loving? From Callaway, I suppose.
I'm going to throw a blast from the past of playing in a tournament with my dad, not my dad, but a junior tournament, and my mom and dad came, and they saw me struggling with fairway woods, and it'll kind of lead to me going to Callaway. But my mom, after the tournament, she said she pulled the club out of her bag and said, "Here, try this," and it was a Powerbuilt weed eater. So, for those that you haven't seen that one, it's basically what Callaway has now in the Heavenwood. So it was like a 7-wood loft, 3-wood length, and I would use that club everywhere, and just it was great. And that's one club I remember.
Well, the Heavenwood is pretty unique. The weed eater. I actually remember that name, but I'd have to Google it to find what the hell that thing looks like. But the Heavenwood is pretty unique to Callaway. Mr. Callaway himself invented that back in the late 90s or mid-90s, I think. And it's basically a 7-wood head with a 3-wood shaft. So you get the height and you get the distance.
Correct.
And that has remained.
It's remained in the line, and it is during fitting days.
But it's remained unique to Callaway.
Correct.
Like,
most people don't know.
Copied it.
No, they don't.
Which seems, because you guys sell a lot of them.
Sell a ton of them.
A ton of them. At demo days, it's very
demo
popular,
days.
right?
I mean, with ladies, seniors, or just golfers that struggle getting fairway woods up in the air, but then they look at it and they're like, well, I don't know. Give me the 3 and 5 wood. Okay, customers are always right. So.
Right. You can't fight that one. So the next question on here, I'm going to partially answer this one for you, but I want your take on it too.
Good.
What do you think truly separates Callaway from other major OEMs? So let me just touch on this real quick so everybody understands my take on this. Years ago, I don't know how many years ago it was, when Callaway flew Andy and I to Baltusrol, New Jersey, and all that. It was under your dad, I think. It might have been Buck, though. Honestly, it might have been. I get a little confused because they were both kind of legends and friends of mine. I was close with your dad, of course, but they were both great guys. We got to go in the room with Mr. Chip Brewer and Brownie and all these guys from Callaway, all the brass. And we're in the room, and these guys are insane about their product. They're crazy about it.
If it's not right, it goes back to the line.
Yeah,
you fix
change
it.
it.
You change
fix it. Make it better. That's not good enough. And when Chip came on, he fired everyone and made everyone reapply for their jobs. And I think that's a little harsh and but it worked. It got the point across for sure. And the people that sucked, that was a perfect excuse to leave them gone. And the people that were good got to keep their job and keep moving forward. But I guess what do you truly think separates Callaway from other OEMs?
So I'm one word: service.
Yeah.
So I go back to, because that's when I got the job. So going back, COVID hit. I'm thinking, what am I going to do? Because everything shut down, and Callaway was the only company shipping product and getting them out, getting the service. Where all their manufacturers were 6 to 10 weeks, we were getting product out the door in 3 to 5 business days, and it was a move from Chip Brewer.
You guys moved to North America as opposed to Asia.
Yep, and he air freighted components in where others just kept doing the slow boat. And I think people are going to remember that, and they keep coming to us because we're quick.
Yeah, it certainly helps. When you had them coming out of Mexico and Texas instead of the Far East, it was so much better. And our business with you guys just went to the moon.
Went to the moon
during that. I think everybody's business kind of went to the moon. But so you'd say service, and I don't disagree with that. And I guess from the side of the table you're on, I can see that. I would say product and engineering is right there with it, though, because these guys are just nuts. The only 2 companies I've ever seen that are completely insane about their product when I've went there and visited them, I'd say maybe a third one I'd maybe say is Ping, but Mizuno and Callaway are crazy about their product. And then you've got other companies, I won't mention any names, but a lot of them are just mainly marketing companies that kind of keep making the same thing and just market it differently and have a really expensive PGA Tour staff.
And that was us too. And like it goes to you with product. And I mean, we were the first company with AI. I mean, we spent, I think it was $12 million on a supercomputer, and that thing just keeps
jailbreak and carbon composite. You guys kind of forged that quite a bit. I don't know if you were first or not, but you were definitely one of the first. And then adjustables, the weight inside the head on that old Big Bertha Alpha or whatever that was called.
Yep.
Like there's just been a lot of innovation from your company, and I don't know. I think that they lost a little bit in like the late '90s or early 2000s, but then I think when Chip came on the scene, he just changed everything.
Changed it.
They needed a new direction, and Chip was the man. And so far, so good. What's something Callaway does behind the scenes that golfers should be surprised to learn about? Can I take that one?
Take it, please. Take it. Take it all.
But
no, take it all.
When we were in the room last week in Orlando,
and
Trent was talking about the angle of attack and or the descend and the
1-to-1 ratio, 1-to-2 ratio. I probably shouldn't say that yet because it's not confirmed.
It's not out yet, but like how much testing they did is insane.
Correct. And tour pros, average golfers.
To try to maximize apex and launch and launch angle and descend angle and all these things, and like what the consumers believe right now to be true, they have disproven.
Exactly.
But they haven't released that yet. No. So we're not even going to tell you exactly what we're talking about, but it's coming. You're going to get a lot more information from Callaway before too long. It's going to be really, really cool. But like how crazy they are to maximize and optimize the fittings, because there's so much bad information out there, right?
Yes.
And everybody's a genius on
it's what they read on
Instagram and Facebook and just the internet in general. There's a bunch of geniuses, right, that are sitting at home nerds, and Callaway actually does the testing and does it independently and makes sure that it's right. And anyhow, there's some really cool stuff coming out that I thought was just it's
mind blowing. So get ready at fitting days.
It's gonna be mind blowing.
It is, and it's simple. It is so simple. The formula
makes it easy.
It makes it easy for the fitters, the consumer.
What head you should be playing, what shaft you should be playing, where your maximum launch window is, and like you can hit the minimums and the maximums, but you need to be in this window.
In this little window.
And then what the longest iron you should play is, which is also sweet. And by the longest iron, folks, if you don't understand what we're talking about there, like the lowest lofted iron you should play is a 24 degree or whatever, and then you go look at the irons and figure out which one's 24 degrees, because beyond that, if you're playing an iron that's 23, 21, 20, 18, like some of these 4 irons are 18, you're losing distance.
You're losing distance.
You're hitting at the same distance because you just can't launch it. So maybe it comes out lower, and I need a punch-out club. Well, just forward press your 6 iron or 5 iron.
Exactly.
But it's amazing what Callaway has unveiled, and that information is coming soon. So you'll see that. I think he said maybe this summer or spring even.
No, they want to push it soon. By mid-February, first of March. They want us rocking with it at fitting days.
By the time you're watching this, it's very possible that information will be out. But Callaway is really, really pushing the envelopes, and Mike's, I guess you'd call it boss's boss, who was kind of telling us a little bit about that. So we'll once more of that comes out. But all I can tell you is Callaway, how serious they take it and how dedicated they are to their craft is really impressive. And like even when he was telling the story, how excited he was about it.
Correct.
He's like, oh, we
and
got
he's
this
way up here. And
right. Yep. Yeah, he's like third in command or whatever from the brand. So how much feedback from tour players and everyday golfers actually makes it into final products?
So we kind of answered that with that question prior, where they're taking all these numbers and where most people hit it on the golf club, and
I think that they tested both tour guys and hacks.
Oh yeah,
average hacks meaning
us exactly.
Normal choppers that are just out, trying to break 80 or 90 or maybe 100, whatever regular chops. Moving on to the current product line, Mikey, the Quantum lineup. The question is, who is the Quantum line really built for? And that
everyone.
It's a pretty wide range, especially the woods.
Woods. I was just going to say the woods. It's everyone, because we have 5 different models. It's a bomber. I hit it a couple days ago, and I was shocked on how good this was.
So I want to tell you.
Tell the story.
I want to tell you a story. First off, this is yours.
It's fine.
This is yours. I'll give it back. It's a little grass stain. But so anyhow, Mike, right, one of my buddies, and I've been on Callaway staff for a while now. I don't know, quite a while.
Yep.
And I've played most of their products for the last, 10 years anyhow, because I love their stuff, and sometimes I've had to give them some pretty tough feedback. But the last few years, I think, has been really, really good. I think the only one I didn't maybe play, well, my Rogue driver got stolen by one of my friends. But anyhow, I asked Mike, I said, hey, I'm going to California, and I'd love to play the new Quantum driver. And he says, well, which one do you want? And I said, well, dude, I don't know. Maybe I want to reduce my spin a little, but I don't know, man. I don't know if I hit it hard enough to try the Triple Diamond. He said, well, let me just give you my Triple Diamond Max demo head. So I literally took I shipped this. I brought this with me to Florida for the show, and then I took it out to California, and I just played with it 2 rounds and hit some range balls with it. And I was like, I don't know about the Triple Diamond Max. This driver was absolutely phenomenal. I wasn't sure I was going to hit this thing that great because I am about a 10.6, and I actually played really good. I shot 80-81 for not playing in 3 months. That's pretty good. Really good. And my putting was a little suspect the first round, but I think I hit maybe 2 bad drives with this. So out of 18 holes, you hit 14 drives, so 28. So I was probably 26 for 28. I hit in the fairway and pretty good. The forgiveness and the spin rate and if I pushed it, it didn't push cut because there's no spin. I just pushed it, and if I pulled it a little, even if I hit the low heel, it would slide back on line. It rolled forever, and even the guys I was playing with are like, "Wow, man, you're really hitting that driver good." I was like, "Yeah, I really like it," because I have my Elite out there that I love the Elite too. But this thing, I think, is going to be special.
It's going to be special. I mean, the one thing you just have to remember, and consumers, everybody watching, Tri-Force face.
Yeah.
It's the first in the industry of a 3-piece driver face. So what does that do? It makes the driver face, so the titanium, we're able to stretch it out 14%.
Yep.
And then what's behind it, the reinforcement, is a poly mesh and a carbon fiber behind it. So that makes it 17% more responsive. So it's going to be that much more forgiving.
Yep.
And it's real. It is absolutely real on how good this thing is.
Yeah, I was impressed. I can tell you that after just actually playing with it. I was really impressed. A couple of the guys were like, let me hit that thing. And they hit it good too. But you'll see other companies definitely talking about faces this year with Mizuno and TaylorMade, but they've got it's non-visible, I guess you'd say, because it's behind the titanium face.
Yes.
But the idea is to reduce side spin to make it more forgiving and to keep the energy in the golf ball to make it longer. So anyhow.
Yeah, faster ball speed off the face. I mean, it is off the charts.
So who's the Quantum for? The irons they've got a Max and a Max OS, which are going to be more for your everyday player or super game improvement with the OS.
Yep. Ultimate cavity back is what we have. I mean, and that's what we're coming out. We're kind of going back to our roots with a little bit bigger, more forgiving.
Yeah, 360 undercut with the microspheres in there.
And everybody's going to have to learn how to fix ball markers on the green, so we're going to give out divot tools because they're going to be hitting more greens because that's how much more forgiving this iron is.
Right. And then the better player, you're going to sell them Apex.
Apex, yep, and that's our Forge line.
That's got a pretty big family too.
Yep.
And then Quantum, is there 4 drivers or is there 5? 5 drivers.
Triple Diamond, low spin, that's a lot of the tour players. And then you have Triple Diamond Max.
Yep.
And then you have Standard Max. And then you have Max D, and you have Max Fast. So Max Fast is our lightweight. I kind of put that in its own little category because it's for your slower club head speed swingers.
That's what my dad wants.
Yeah, so we'll get that for him.
He goes, get me one of those new ones. He goes, how soon can I get it? Like everybody else, just chomping at the bit. The next question on here is, how long has the Quantum project been in development?
Usually they're 2 years ahead of schedule. Right. Again, they're already working on 2028 right now.
Right.
Final stages of 2027 are kind of going now, but and obviously you can see on the driver head in that little sticker, it had a code name of Kona. So that's where it doesn't leak, and that's how the inside people can pass that on and get it going.
Exactly. Yeah, it comes with a sticker right on it that says Kona. And I've seen other brands that call it like Vader and Luke.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep,
like when they got something kind of in the works. So if people don't understand how clubs work, they have to. There's a long lead time. It's at least 6, especially when you're dealing with gigantic quantities like what Callaway Golf sells. Mm-hmm. So there's still at least 6 months minimum, probably longer.
Yep.
To actually get the product in, especially with the quantities Callaway deals with. What's the biggest technology breakthrough in the quantum clubs? I think you already answered that one. Mm-hmm. That Triforce face, and then the full carbon chassis though is sweet, especially on the Triple Diamond Max, and then the
Max Fast.
Max
the lightweight.
Yeah.
Yep.
How did player feedback shape the final design? I think Trent kind of answered that too.
Correct.
It's everything.
It's everything.
They listen to those guys.
They listen to, they do. Tour players to every day. And that's what's so great about Callaway. We feel like we can fit from the very top of players, the best in the world, to the beginners.
Right.
And that's what we have. We have
you guys, your silo covers more than like maybe Titleist. Not taking anything away from Titleist. They have a T350, but like Callaway has, if you look at Quantum Max OS, Titleist doesn't exactly have anything to go along with that. And then their Woods, they've got a couple models, but it's kind of all for the accomplished golfer. And then Callaway just covers such a wide range, universal for everyone. Like what you said, I think that's what definitely separates Callaway. What type of golfer will feel the biggest difference switching into quantum? I think the answer to that is a little bit like what did they used to use?
Yes.
If they had an Elite, it's better, but
it's better.
Is it going to be 5 strokes better? Hard to say.
Yep.
But if they have an old Maverick, maybe then you'll notice a lot. Right.
Huge.
So a lot of these questions that people ask, and then we'll get to I don't know if we have a mailbag tonight or not, Caitlin, but a lot of these questions people ask, oftentimes like what do you buy clubs every year? Because if you buy clubs every year, you're making small steps. If you wait 5 years or 7 years, whatever the national average is, it's somewhere in that range. It's a pretty big leap if you're going back to Maverick or Rogue, which are great products, but I mean it depends on where you're coming from.
And that's what they say. I mean, most people switch their irons out. I mean, the better players go 8 to 9 years, and the average, or it depends on where they're taking their game to the next level, or they might be every 4 years. Just trying to get it. But
yep. And or if something changed in their health or something like that.
Yep.
If a golfer's on the fence, what's the one reason they should try quantum? Boy, oh boy, that's a good question.
That's a very good question. It's all the above on what we said about Callaway. Forgiveness,
distance,
service.
And they really didn't price this thing out of the market.
No,
it's cheaper than Apex.
Yes.
Yeah. Or less expensive.
Less expensive. Yeah. I think it's $1,099 for
steel.
For a set of 7.
Yeah. So I mean, like if a golfer's on the fence and wants to know why they should try quantum, like it's in line with everything else. Its main competitor would be like TaylorMade's QI or Mizuno's Hot Metal or anything in that silo. But if this thing gets a fair chance, I feel like it's got a really good chance of winning. Do you have a personal favorite club in the quantum lineup?
The Triple Diamond Max Driver.
Yeah, that's the winner.
That thing was a bomber.
I think that in the Elite, going back to that real quick, if we were sitting here a year ago, we were talking about how great Elite is. I thought that the fairway wood was the absolute grand slam. Mm-hmm. I thought that raised sole where the front half hits the ground, the back half has got a reduced trailing edge. And I think that they actually improved it on quantum.
Correct.
And I think it looks
step sole
awesome
on there.
Yeah, the step sole, yeah.
And then the other big difference with the fairway wood, now we have the new adapter, so now you can make it flat or upright in a fairway wood. So we think that's going to be huge and adjust loft.
I think that the quantum, they improved the driver drastically. They improved the adjustability on the fairway wood. The hybrid looks great too. When Dub and I were in the show, and we're shooting the videos and stuff. That was really solid. And then actually, since I'm staring at you, these new AI Dual and the square to square putters are just going to be huge.
So I'm one of the worst putters, and I put in the Tri Hot square to square cruiser.
Yep, that's what I use.
I shot 2 under on the front 9. I made 4 putts. It should have been 6 under, but I've never made that many putts in a round in my entire life. It was just simple, easy. The feel is amazing.
So if you suck at putting like Mike and I do,
you go for it. Try it, please.
You might want to try the cruiser. If you've had the yips, or if if you sweat more over a 3-footer than a 30-footer,
try the cruiser, please.
The cruiser it's a counterweighted putter, and it's got weight underneath your hands, and it quiets your hands, and it's got a big fat grip on it. And it literally changed my life.
It changed. I'm sold on it. I will officially use it, and I don't care. People laugh at me. I pull it out. I'm
but
making
there's
putts.
plenty of guys on tour playing
Yes.
that model or counterbalanced putters.
Correct.
Even if they're not playing 38, they're playing 36 or 34.
The low
Still
torque
counterbalanced.
thing is the craziest thing right now. 40% of consumers are looking for some sort of low torque
Zero or
putter.
low
Yeah.
torque.
It is just mind-boggling. Tour, I think there's like 20% of tour guys are playing that center shafted.
And what's great about Odyssey in particular, I think everyone's well aware that Odyssey is owned by Callaway, but what's great about theirs is yours isn't line angle balanced like what Lab is.
Absolutely.
Which is the name of Lab, which is why I think that Lab is going to have a tough road ahead of them. When you name your putter after it has to be line angle balanced, and yours doesn't.
Correct.
Yours is going to be zero torque no matter how you hold the thing. Like Bettinardi and like Even Roll. It's just a better widget. And then, of course, you guys have got all the marketing behind it, and you've got all the technology behind it, and you've got the white hot face behind it, and you got the tri hot face behind it. Like Odyssey, which Callaway bought years ago from Tommy Armour. Tommy Armour owned Odyssey, sold it to Callaway. That was a pretty good purchase, I think. And then they had this putter called the 2-ball. You might have heard of that. Number one sling putter in the history of golf. So Odyssey just has so much firepower. They own so much technology, and now they've got Jailbird and Square to Square, and they still got the white hot face and Force face and the other ones. Like, they're just hard to. And you're number one putter, I think, on every tour.
All major the last 25 years. Think of that. Most people think other brands. It's Odyssey.
It's Odyssey, right? It's just incredible. And yeah, now the red is kind of hard to miss on TV too. I noticed that this past week. So
their marketing is stepped up.
Well,
with this whole lineup.
When you got the final pairing, when I was just out in California last week, American Express, right? And the final pairing, Scotty, who won.
Yep.
And then you got Blades, the kid,
the young,
Callaway, Quantum,
all
Quantum
over.
clubs, everything under the sun, Apex Blades, and then the third one was it Siwoo Kim?
Yes.
It's another Callaway guy.
Another Callaway guy.
Two Callaway
Callaway
staff bags and a TaylorMade staff bag. Scheffler won because I mean he could hit a broomstick and win. The guy's
phenomenal.
A freak. He's good for the game of golf. But this Blades Brown shoots the course record on Friday at the right in our backyard at the Nicklaus tournament.
That is awesome.
Just a smooth 60. He missed a little 6-footer on the last hole. He slid it to the right a little. But I mean, how cool
you would have
is
made that putt, right?
Oh my! Not for 59. 59 on the front. My goodness, man! How cool of a story is that? And he's definitely an up and comer. Yeah, keep an eye on Blades Brown. I think he's a good kid too. I listen to his interviews and stuff. You can tell he's 18.
Yep.
But what a cool! And he flew in Wednesday night, 0 practice rounds because he just won in the Bahamas or something and qualified. And even he finished like top 20, I think. And that field was strong.
Oh,
it was a ton of
players.
Day in there, Fowler in there, Wyndham Clark I think was in there.
He was in there.
And then obviously Scheffler won it, but it was a strong. I mean, for what the PGA Tour is now, especially this early in the year, that was a strong field. And Blades, that kid's he's special.
He's special, and he's hot right now, so he's just going to ride that wave.
Yep. So good for Callaway for recognizing that and jumping on him. All right, enough with the product talk. Let's get into some fun stuff.
Boy,
lightning round questions. If golf had walk-up songs, what would your song be?
So I don't really have a song.
Okay.
But it's a station, and I think it intimidates most players when this. And it's not playing loud, but it's the Taylor Swift station. So Taylor's singing. So then they get up on the first tee, and they're like, "You're really listening to that?"
Oh, because it drives them nuts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It gets in their head a little bit.
I'm a closet Swiftie myself.
Yeah,
I don't like listen to Taylor Swift.
I said it
on the regular, but I'd be like, he's playing Taylor Swift, whatever. Like, it's a little weird, but. Mine would have to be the Eminem song "Welcome to Detroit." I just love that. Like when you're at the Tigers games and some of the guys have that as their walk-up song, that gets me more hyped than anything. Yep. What is your favorite / best golf story?
I have so many with just being around with my dad and hearing all his stories, and that one's a tough one. God, he had. This is what I love to hear from him, and my brother Matt actually got to do this, and I'm jealous of him because he was working for my dad then. This was when my dad was working for Nike, so the sales meeting was out in Hawaii, and their guest speaker / player was Mr. Tiger Woods.
Oh, really?
So he gave an hour clinic on the range with, I think there was 60 reps or 450, whatever it was. There wasn't many. You could get right up. Tiger would be like, "What kind of shot you want me to hit? Left to right, right?" He would do it on cue. And then afterwards went and had dinner. My dad got to sit next to him, talk to him,
Really?
hang out with him.
Wow.
I mean, just so that kind of, it's not my story, it's my dad's,
Right.
but
Yeah,
it is,
story.
it is probably one of the best stories that I've.
And Maddie got to do it.
And Maddie got to do it.
Wow. I never knew that story.
Yeah.
I never knew that story. That's great.
That one's a good one.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Nike, now they still make shoes and clothing. But they basically exited golf.
Pretty much, yeah.
Probably because those Hawaii trips were too expensive.
Yes, exactly. There you go. A sales meeting in Hawaii.
Yeah. The moon wasn't available, so they went to Hawaii. Next most expensive spot, Hawaii. What's one club in your bag you could never take out? And don't say the weed eater.
Weed eater.
Maybe this new putter.
It's the putter.
Like,
I can't.
yeah,
I don't think
that
I'm going
new
to take
putter.
that putter out. It's the putter now.
Yeah, that
I've
putter.
never made that many putts in a round.
You're hooked.
I'm hooked.
I love that.
Sold.
I like to see that twinkle in your eye, Mikey. That's good. Oh, that's good. This one, you can answer this in both directions. Who would be your dream foursome? You can do like if you got to play with 3 guys off the tour, past or present. And you could also do like your dad and your grandpa. Or
This
whatever.
is an easy one. My dad, Tiger Woods, Arnold Palmer.
Okay.
That's my dream foursome to play with them.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be my foursome.
There'd be some stories.
Oh God, yes, there would be.
Yeah. Your dad could smash it, and then
Who would you go with? I mean,
boy, oh boy. I mean, my dad's still alive. So I get to play with him.
Yes,
I just played with him the other day. So, but like. If I was in your boat, no question. So I would say my grandpa.
Yep.
My grandpa sucked. He was awful, but he was such a fun guy to hang out with and so funny. And he'd always rip on himself. Oh, Ron, you dummy. And he was just classic. And then as far as actual golfers, I got to walk 18 with Tiger years ago. I'd say Palmer would be hard to keep out of that group just because I know how much fun the guy was. He was a really good dude.
and he's so nice to everyone.
I'd love to hear Gary Player's stories. I think that guy's a great.
Yep.
I think he might be the greatest ambassador for golf. You know what I mean, especially on the global scale.
Yep.
And then, boy, I don't know. I asked.
I mean, you have Jack. I mean, that's another one that I thought of.
That's
I
my
mean,
dad's idol.
Yep.
So, like, from that era, right? Like, that's who they loved. My dad loved Arnold, but Jack had the grit and the grind, right? Arnold was a person of the people. And Jack had the grit and the grind, like what Tiger has. So that's a good question, man. You could throw any of those guys in there, and I'd be thrilled.
It's not there's no wrong
and if
answer to
if
that.
somebody said, "Hey, you're playing with Justin Rose and Ernie Els,"
Perfect.
fine. Yeah, great. And then one of the guys, who was it that said Payne Stewart? Didn't somebody? Oh, it was Dub said Payne Stewart, and I was like, I never thought about that.
That's a good one.
He was gone way too soon, and he is great. I mean, another great ambassador for golf. Just died too soon.
Yep.
Plane crash. So all right, enough about the lightning rounds. We'll go into where do you see golf equipment heading over the next 5 to 10 years?
The sky's the limit. I mean,
I
especially
agree.
with AI and. I mean, we've had that, like I told you guys earlier. I mean, we've had that forever, and I mean, the more information you put in there, the better it gets. And every year, I always say it's how can you make it better, and then it gets better.
Right.
So,
Smoke was the first one that they advertised that on, wasn't it?
Epic Flash.
Oh, Epic Flash was the first one that had that AI face.
So I think that was in 20.
That's right.
It was somewhere around, but that was the first one.
Yeah.
And they had the computer for literally 2 or 3 years before the product came out.
But nobody else had one.
No, we were the first in the industry to get it.
To have that, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was a giant investment.
Oh, it was like $12 million or something.
Right.
Just
right.
Here you go. Give us that supercomputer. Okay.
Right. I don't think they walked into Best Buy.
No,
that was on the shelf. Right. At the time, there was only like 20 in America or something like that. Like it was a very rare, or like maybe I don't know. It was I remember when they told us the number, we were like, wow, like, and you guys bought one? They're like, yeah, well, that's how serious he takes it. And I know years ago, you guys got lit up by My Golf Spy or something or other from the golf ball thing, and they said the cores are off center, and then Chip was like, "Oh, problem solved! $30 million investment in the ball factory and making the golf
try
balls
82
perfect.
million,
82 million, whatever it was. I knew it was more than I had.
Yeah,
that's all of us combined. Yeah, it's more than everybody I know has. But yeah, to make the golf balls all perfect.
They bought that 3D machine so they could test out
X-rays
all the
every ball.
X-ray every golf ball. It's
so
impressive.
that's how crazy they are. That's when back earlier in the podcast when I was talking about how nuts these guys are. They're nuts. And other companies got smoked in that same thing, if you remember, and they didn't change anything.
Nothing.
They're just letting it be.
Yep.
And Callaway's like, well, we can't have bad publicity, so let's fix this.
Let's fix it.
So Chrome Soft, Chrome Tour, I think it was your expensive balls that they were talking about, but like you guys use that technology on all your stuff, and I still wish they'd bring TrueViz to the cheaper balls.
Yes.
That's another podcast.
Yeah.
But I love that technology, and I wish they would bring that on. But I know that they want it to be when you see one in the fairway, you know it's a Chrome something. Or
Chrome family, yep.
One of the premiums. What excites you most about Callaway's future beyond quantum?
I mean, it kind of just wraps around all those questions.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great company to work
How
for.
dedicated they are.
They're just so dedicated, but yet they're so laid back. But again, it's all golfers, ladies, seniors. It's all the above. They care for everyone. They want everybody to shoot better scores and get better. And like I say, the whole game of golf is kind of changing with the new age players coming into the game and playing. And
and then. Yeah, I think with Chip still around, I saw him at the show, and Chip's the CEO, right? That's his title, I believe. And then Glenn's the president, Jay's the vice president, and then Trent's underneath them. And what was great was Mr. John Lindert, right? He just retired
from the PGA.
From the PGA, and he was in Butler cabin when they were passing out the green jacket and all the things. I mean, John was a big deal, and he was a Callaway staffer.
Correct.
You got him the last few years. I knew he was with Nike forever, and then. You got him, and then they had his retirement party downtown Grand Rapids, and Glenn and Jay flew here for that, and then you ended up setting up a meeting with those guys. So I think that meeting spoke volumes to our future with Maple Hill's future with Callaway Golf, because I'm at the PGA show, and I'm standing there, and Glenn Hickey's standing right there, right, the president of Callaway Golf, like basically the man other than Chip. And Glenn walks right over to me, doesn't have to look at my name tag. He's like, "Hey, Bob, good to see you." Like, Glenn's just a good dude, man. He's a little older, but he's got it. He's sharp as a tack. He's very into it. He reminds me a little bit of your dad. He's not quite as outgoing and gregarious as your dad is, but he's an outgoing, friendly guy, and he is into it. And Jay's into it, and Trent's into it. Like when he was telling this story about this new information that's going to come out, like these guys are crazy about it, and I think that just speaks volumes for what the future holds for Callaway Golf. If you don't have that, and you're more concerned about your marketing department, I think that you kind of need both, because marketing's got to tell the story. But this, as Mr. Reif said in the other podcast, the story also has to be true. And when Callaway has the story and it's true, it really helps. It speaks volumes. So I think the future's bright. And we talked to Trent and Jay and Glenn at the show, and I said, I'm excited about 2026. I actually am. Like, you and I have been at this for a long time, right? Like, it's been
20, I think at 23 years.
Yeah, and I'm 47. I've been at 31 years. I'm 47. We've kind of heard it all.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Seen it all, heard it all.
But I'm personally still, and this is no BS. I'm actually excited about 2026.
Oh,
I really am.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready for this snow to melt and get up to
this thing to ship.
Yes, exactly.
Ships next week, I think. So
it'll start. I think par date's 2/13, but
yeah, soon
you can get fit now for it.
Yeah, and then the last question on here is, where can golfers learn more and get properly fit for the new Quantum line? So here, Maple Hill. Callaway's website, always a great source, and then Maple Hill's website, obviously.
Absolutely.
And we're doing fitting days.
Fitting days, we have one set up, I think, once a month for all the way through June. Yeah. So we'll be here. We'll have our fitting team, and they'll fit you up.
And that'll be you out there.
Probably.
Toeing the line, baby.
Toeing the line.
Maple Hill, it's got to be the actual rep. He shows up, So anyhow, Mike, I guess in closing, I can't thank you enough for all you and your family have done over the years for Maple Hill and my family. On a personal level and on a business level, dude, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. And even in Orlando last week, we got to hang out.
And that was fun. I mean, it's right back at you. I mean, what you guys have done for our family and what it is. Yeah, it's special. I mean, you don't get this very often,
rare.
And
that's rare.
Yeah,
when you get like minds that see things the same way, and I think what you and your dad always did so well, and what me and my dad and my brother, and then your brother too, for that matter, have done so well, is that we see the full picture. And if it's not good for Callaway, and Maple Hill.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing? Why are we going to do this?
I'm not going to propose something like we just got that deal done on those road
Yes,
hybrids.
we did.
That's
Thank
gonna
you,
be awesome.
by the way.
Thank you. So, like, if I propose something, though, and it's only good for me, then why would they do it? And so, like, your dad, he used to see both sides of the spectrum, and my dad used to see both sides of the spectrum, too. You have to look at the other side of the coin, and then when you get people that think and see things like that, like we've had plenty of off the record conversations over the years, you know, going way back. When people see things the same way and feel the same way about things, and then you can get the companies to line up, and we can get our business and our employees behind your company. Like, I don't know, dude. It's just a beautiful thing. And like you said, it's rare and it's great. And I don't know. It's just been a blessing. Once again, Mike Dykema, Callaway Golf, good friend, longtime friend. Mike, I can't thank you enough. Thank you very much for being on. And new episodes drop every other week, so be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for letting me be the host. I really enjoyed doing this. And until next time, be good to one another, and we'll see you with another guest next time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, baby.
Yes, sir.